Thomson from Speech Marks Coaching, and I'm here today with Amar Trivedi, and we're speaking about public speaking skills and how they've helped him in business. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Hi Diana. Hello there. Hi. My name is Amar Trivedi. I'm essentially a marketing comms person. I began my life in the advertising world, but today it's social media, it's content, it's creativity, it's customer experience, it's care. It's a whole lot of. And how do I do it? I do it with 5 words. Serve, solve, share, support, simplify. That's who I am. In short, I'm the solutions guy. And integrated marketing communications is an ocean out there. That's what I do for a living, and I've been doing it for the last 20-25 years now. A little more about me and public speaking in particular. See, at instances I get called in to speak at conferences, at seminars, but I think it goes a little more beyond that. Public speaking is required in a day-to-day basis in the corporate environment. When you're at work, when you're in a meeting, the public speaker, the one who with the skills will stand out. It comes to the fore, and you retain their communication better. You understand what the goal of the meeting is better. So that's who I am, and that's what I'm here for.
So one of the big difficulties is that people see public speaking and presenting as a bit of a soft skill. You can't really equate a direct return on investment. Have you, in your experience, had a situation where you think, yep, I can see that great presentation has led to us having an income stream or getting a client?
Absolutely. I mean, it is a people skill. It's an individual skill. It is a soft skill, but there is a direct correlation between presentation skills and how much you remember the presenter, and what he left with you in the room with. So I can recall so many events I've been to and so many speakers and time and again, but there are few who stand out. You know, their style was quirky, or they made you laugh, or their content was different. I think that's essentially come down to presentation skills. And well, yes, this does equate to revenue, because in a business environment, in a corporate environment, the person who leaves you with the maximum impact, or who made the best impression, in short, is the person you're most likely to remember, and then go back to the person saying, hey, how about you coming and telling us as to what you can do for us, or how do you see this panning out? What's your vision for the future? And you have just that limited amount of time to make an impression. The people with good public speaking skills are able to cut through that barrier. They cut through the clutter and they get through, and that's where I think. It's about being yourself. It's about being comfortable with yourself. That's what public speaking comes down to. And a person who can genuinely communicate well in an environment, in a high pressure environment, in a time pressure environment, I guess you remember that person and say, okay, let's go back with this person.
And speaking at something like the social media conference, what did that do for your business and your profile? Because it's quite intertwined, isn't it?
But truly, see, social media conference is a platform which puts you out in the industry. In New Zealand, there's not too many conferences we have focused on social media. Now, I've been in the social media business lucky enough to be from the very first wave that hit New Zealand. We used to have very basic questions about social media back then, about what is Twitter, what is a hashtag, how do I use LinkedIn in business. LinkedIn used to be just a CV, a static CV. Today it's so much more. It's a recruitment platform. So,
sure.
But more than that, at the conference we go in depth, and we discuss in detail about what is social media in business and how it's going to connect to your business. So we can train you up, and we can give you essential skills that you require to take back with you for the business. So my experience has been, people come to the conference for learning something. They're eager to know what's happening out there, and good speakers with good skills can do that for them.
Yeah. And has it helped your business, just that being able to speak there and your profile?
Absolutely. See, everyone here in business is trying to build what you call a personal brand.
Right.
So as a speaker, when you speak at an international conference, when you're able to rub shoulders with some of the best known business names in the business,
yes,
you do uplift and you do get a bit of a lift for your personal brand. And then you're seen as a thought leader, as somebody who's an authority in the subject. If you, like I said earlier, if you've been able to speak about a subject in detail for 50 minutes non-stop, then you do know your stuff. You have to have researched it well. And if people leave the room saying, okay, thank you so much for your information, or thank you for what you shared, then it does lift your confidence up, because you have become somebody who's able to explore a subject in depth and give them enough value to give back and say, okay, thanks so much for what you said. Connects immediately back to my business, or I can use what you've said in my day-to-day, and that's a value for me. That's my return on investment.
It's like speed networking, isn't it? When you're up in front of a larger audience, you're connecting with all those people all at the same time. So it's raising your profile, potentially getting you referrals, getting you on a short list. It has some real ongoing positive effects for your business and your personal brand and profile. So congratulations for speaking at that event.
Thank you. Diana, here's a question for you that I have.
Yeah.
You're a public speaking coach.
Correct.
You're a public speaking expert. Now, how can you help me in my skills? How would you lift my game? Yeah.
Amar, you've got all the essential elements there. For someone at your level, it is about taking you and polishing it. So it might be giving you some. This is all the strengths you have.
Yep.
But you get, for example, you might find that you are so enthusiastic that you're speaking far too quickly, and no one else in the audience is going to say, oh, you spoke really fast and I didn't understand this whole section. I'm that person that will actually say, now you need to pause, and this is how you need to pause and pace your speaking so that your audience can keep up with you. And here's a great place to put a big long pause in, because then the audience is thinking and catching up with you. So I can help create more impact and enhance your message. And whilst you know about wanting them to think and feel, I'll be asking really hard questions. What do you want them to think, feel and do at the end? What do you want them to do in particular? Because there's no point in them walking out just going, gosh, he was really nice, I liked that, when actually you want them to go and do something. And so I build in those sorts of things into a presentation, whether it be at a conference or to a client. I also help coordinate any of your AV and particularly videoing and PowerPoint, and bring them up maybe another level that you haven't thought about in that sort of thing.
Excellent. That brings in the professional touch, and you can just the way you spoke at the Excel, because everyone has something to say, or everyone wants to communicate better. No one wants to become a bad public speaker. We all want to get better at this skill. But what you just said is, bring in the pause at the right time, or slow it down to be understood better, or to have better impact. That is a great point. That really is essential skills, and these are skills you can only better with practice. And once you become more conscious of yourself as a speaker, and that's where you come in. Yeah.
But it's the overall feedback that's the important thing as well. And so that's sometimes where people that are at your sort of level use me to help just take that up another level and get to the next stage of what I call the public speaking staircase, which will end up on a big conference or a TED talk. All of those things are obtainable if you've got the
I like that.
passion for it.
I like the staircase thing, because you're only growing as a speaker, right? And I think most as you grow up and as you go up into the management, you need to up your game as a speaker, and there will be bigger audiences, or more so there are times when you can't be prepared. You just called out of the blues and you don't have a script with your hand.
Exactly.
What are you going to do then?
I've got a lot of techniques that can help people with impromptu questions. So, and I can do whole sessions on how to answer impromptu questions confidently, because one-on-one, like we're having a conversation now, easy. Standing up there with 100 sets of eyes staring at you, your whole brain freezes. So I've got some really good techniques that you can pull on to answer those questions and sound not only like you know the answer, but you're confident and you've really given them everything that they need.
Excellent. I can see these skills really helping, not just people, everybody in the room here. Not just the person at the management level or the leaders, but I think even as a manager or as you're coming up the staircase in your corporate world, you need to hone these skills, and they will only help you meeting by meeting, or even for an interview, or when you go out and meet somebody, or wherever, whatever scenario it is, or the pitch where you're brought in to perform. The pitch perfectionist, you got to have that, and these skills they can really help you.
Right.
Good.
Amar, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your knowledge and your experience of different public speaking examples that you've done, and your thoughts on how they can help in business and the return on investment for increasing public speaking skills. I really appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Diana. Likewise, I can say it's been a pleasure meeting an expert in public speaking, and I can tell straight away that you know your stuff, you know your business, and you've really honed the craft of public speaking. Looking forward to getting to know more from you. It's been a pleasure, actually. Thank you so much for your time and expertise as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you so
Really
much.
meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. See you again.
See ya. Bye. That was fun. Awesome.